use of force, threat, or tendency to abuse, intimidate, or aggressively dominate others. The behavior is usually repeated and habitual, and bullying is usually divided into four main types: emotional, verbal, physical, and cyber. It can happen in school, family, workplace, home, and neighborhoods. Bullying is an activity repeated, and it's usually aggressive behavior. Physical, verbal, and relational bullying is usually in primary school and also begin much earlier. Cyberbullying is more common in secondary school than in primary school. Etymology. The word bully was first used in the 1530s, meaning sweetheart, or applied to either sex. The meaning deteriorated through the 7th century through the find below. The verb to bully is first attested in the 17th.
In the acts of bullying, there are three different kinds of people: the bully, the bystanders, and the victim. Now I'm going to talk to you about bullies and their accomplices. Most bullies make bullying because they've got a lot of envy or resentment to their victim. And while some bullies are arrogant and narcissist, others they use it as a tool to conceal their shame or their anxiety. So what they do is that they make others feel much worse than them, so that they can feel better. So because they supposedly they have less problems than they have. And this makes the bully feel empowered, and as he thinks that he's doing it correctly, he'll keep on doing it. Bullies most of the times can make bullying to the victim because they are jealous of the person or because they are depressed. Other kinds of the reasons that bullies make bullying is that they have personality disorders, such as tendency to anger and violence, and the use of force very much. Okay, and some of them are antisocial, and all are antisocial, so they cannot be with other people, and they are also depressed, some of them. And people that are antisocial or that have depression, in studies was a good predictor to say that that person was going to be a bully afterwards, while as in contrarily, despite of what most people might think, video game violence or television violence wasn't a good predictor for saying that the person was going to make bullying afterwards. Sometimes that the person is going to make bullying is also have to do with his genetics. So, for example, their parents might teach him and make him see that he has to be kind and good with the others, but those kind of conducts won't develop on the child, and he starts making violence and those things that bullies have. And and it doesn't follow a pattern of how bullies are psychologically, because some of them are very weak, while others are very strong and have a social standing among their friends.
Bystanders are the people that are seeing that someone is bullying someone, and normally they aren't able to say nothing to the person that is bullied or to the bully, and but when they have a friendship group, they are more capable of saying to the person that is bullying someone to stop. And in the workplace, mostly women, they get depressed because they constantly see that there are cases of bullying and they can't do um, um, nothing. But then victims, they are the ones that suffer most, and they are normally physically weak and they can't defend themselves because they think they are alone. But really they have family or teachers that can help them, but they are scared of asking for help. Um, then normally the cases of bullying happen when the person that is being bullied has certain problems such as physical problems or psychological problems, or have um, they have overweight or problems that can hurt them if they remind them. And children who are often bullied, they think at first that they can't defend themselves, but finally when a lot of time passes and they are being bullied, they get stronger and they have the capacity to defend themselves and to help to stop them from bullying.
The effects of bullying. There are three main different kinds of effects that bullying can have. One of them is suicide, because the victims feel so overwhelmed with the situation they cannot stand in anymore, and they think of death and they kill themselves. Other is violence. There's a fact that some of the most important serial killers, such as Henry Lee Lucas or Kenneth Bianchi, are very dangerous serial killers, and they had suffered from bullying while they were adolescents. And the third effect that can have is a positive development. People argue about this because some think that this is not possible, but others, due to studies, think it is possible, rare but possible, and it means that the victim, as it is being bullied, it develops a psychological strength, and it helps him for in his future life the decisions, the difficult decisions in his life in the end more easier, and make it easier for him to overtake hard situations.
The action of bullying could be of different types. Cyberbullying, online bullying, the use of web pages or apps to insult other persons. Disability bullying, the abuse of disabled people. Gay bullying, say to someone that is gay, lesbian, or bisexual, only because it's verbal and physical action, because it's physical and verbal actions. The military bullying is happening in the army. It is the abuse of someone by another because the other thinks he is superior or physical strength. Parental bullying of children, when parents abuse of their sons because their anger, insecurity, or because they need to dominate them. School bullying, the group of students that abuse and insult another student because the physical education class or activity. Sexual bullying, it can happen physical or not physical. This because the sexuality or gender. Workplace bullying, when an employer experiences is mistreatment from workmates that cause them harm.
To prevent bullying in schools, we can have positive relationships between students, teachers, administration, and educational supports professional and bullying programs. And we can reduce peer victimization and bullying. Anti-bullying programs involve that everyone in the school must change, not only the key identified bullies, and intervention must begin in early grades. And evaluation of the programs in place is critical since some programs may increase bullying rather than reduce it.
Bullying is becoming more frequent these days among today's youth and occasions like schools and online. Bullying is on the rise, unfortunately, among young adults, teens, and children. The rise is due to an online bullying called cyberbullying that we previously talked about. And most of the times, unfortunately, it is leading to cases of teen suicide or death.
About 42% of kids have been bullied while online, with one in four being verbally attacked more than once.
About 35% of children have been threatened online.
About 58% of the kids and teens have reported that something mean has been said to them, either physically or online.
77% of students have admitted to being the victim of one type of bullying to another or another.
About 46% of males, followed by 26% of females, have admitted to being victims in physical fights.
Bullying is just getting worse, mostly in American schools. There has been an increase in domestic violence at home that led to an increase in bullying online and at schools.
Nearly 1 in 3 students report being bullied during the school year.
74% of children who were bullied did not report it. 36% reported the bullying.
And more than half of bullying situations stop when a peer intervenes on behalf of the students being bullied.
School-based bullying prevention programs are decreasing bullying by up to the 25%.
The reason for being bullied reported most often by students were looks, body shape, and race.
We think that bullying shouldn't take place because everybody is the same and we shouldn't be accused or judged for what we wear or what we are or how we look, and it's something that it goes with each other and it shouldn't appear. What do you think?
Yes. We are all equal and we must respect ourselves. Stupid.
It's so cute, isn't it?
No. Who are you?
Because
What are you doing here?
Exactly. Why do you talk to us?
Are you crazy?
Why does she tell us that?
I don't know. She's so stupid.
Yeah. She's not cool.
No.
Let's go with Donette.
We love our Donete. Let's go with Donete.
Es lo mejor, es el mejor vídeo. Está bien, hay que...
Pero espérate.
Elsa, venga.
Pero tú.
Oye, una cosa, ¿no lo puedes montar?
¿Qué?
Tú estás ahora mismo que no puedes grabar, ¿no?
No. Bullying is the use of force, threat, or tendency to abuse.
Venga.
No.
No, estoy grabando. Dale.
No, luego se corta.
Empieza.
Bystanders, bystanders who have a friendship group are most likely to say.
The action of bullying could be of different types. Cyberbullying. It is online bullying. Sexual bullying. Occur Coño. Espera.
Stupid.